and two Anfield legends, Bill Shankly, who started Liverpool's dynasty of success in the 60s with his inimitable style and humour, and his successor, Bob Paisley, the driving force behind the formidable Liverpool team of the 70s and early 80s. Brian Clough transformed unfashionable Nottingham Forest and Derby County. All these men are honest, uncompromising and totally committed, but Ferguson believes he may be the last of a dying breed.
Well, I think possibly the job description will change here after I retire anyway. I think there is a change in management. I've been a manager 25 years now, so there's obviously going to be changes. So the way I set out to be a manager and the way I've tried to continue is certainly more difficult. We'll maybe go the way the Europeans go, with the coach just taking the team and having general managers or football directors, whatever they are. And that's the change I think you'll see probably in the next few years.
Sir Alex Ferguson started at the bottom and slowly climbed the managerial ladder. During his 8 years with Aberdeen, Ferguson put a halt to the old firm domination of Scottish football, winning 3 league titles and beating Real Madrid to win the European Cup Winners' Cup. His burgeoning reputation was backed up by medals and silverware. Ferguson served his apprenticeship, but there's a growing trend for clubs to appoint men who were star players, but who are managerial rookies.
The fact I had been successful in Aberdeen was obviously a great stepping stone towards getting a job like Manchester United. There's the other side of young managers who have been players, no preparation, going to management at the very top level, and not experienced the type of thing I experienced maybe at East Stirling and St Mirren. And that's very difficult, but that's a club's choice. It's their decision to do that. I think maybe that will change also.
It begs the question, what type of manager will Manchester United look for when Sir Alex steps down in 2 years' time? Will they recruit a foreign coach? Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool have. There are obvious domestic candidates too in Brian Robson, David O'Leary and Martin O'Neill. Maybe even a current United player. Sir Alex is giving no clues.
I think they have 2 years ahead and I want to enjoy those 2 years. I don't want to be putting pressure or making statements about who should be my job, really, because I wouldn't do that, and I've never done that. And I think that there'll be a time to consider all these things in 2 years' time.
Until that day arrives, Sir Alex will focus on cementing Manchester United's reputation as one of Europe's great sides. They want to emulate the likes of Ajax, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Real Madrid and Milan, all of whom had an era of European domination. Ferguson believes his team can move into that Hall of Fame.
The players have a tremendous team spirit about them. It's very difficult to beat. I can't think of a team that's got a better one. And they are all together. And they're all the right ages. They're young, and they're young enough to accept many challenges. These things help. They don't like being beaten. No one likes to be beaten, but they certainly don't like being beaten. I know that. I've got that. I see that myself, my own evidence. I think they've got a little bit to come yet. I think that there's a few challenges ahead from yet, and I think that there's a maturity to come yet. And in that maturity, you'll find the players coming to the part where they're at peak. And I think this team's to peak yet.
Try telling that to West Ham. They were on the receiving end of a 7-1 thrashing at Old Trafford last Saturday, a result which put Manchester United 10 points clear and all but secured a 6th Premier League title. But Ferguson won't allow complacency to creep in. He has a long memory. 2 years ago, United led Arsenal by 11 points, yet still finished runners-up.
Football's like that. It's a kick-in-the-teeth situation. You think you're doing great, and all of a sudden something happens and it can change the whole thing. Well, we're still hitting form just now, and that's the way we plan it. And if I keep them all fit, then I expect them to continue that way. They are playing with good confidence at the moment, and their work rate is terrific. You know, they're looking strong, so I have every confidence that they can maintain this. But it's like everything else. You don't get points for being silly. You know, Because you win leagues by using your brains. And at the moment, I said that to the players, is that if you fall because you're complacent, then you're letting yourself down. So I don't expect them to do that now because they know it's so important.